artillery weapon or with a, you know how they young guys with it. It wasn't that. And that's what I don't know. So we need answers.
The Shreveport community reacting in grief and disbelief after a tragic Sunday morning domestic violence attack has taken the lives of 8 children. 2 women and another child were also hurt in the shooting spree. Police say this man on your screen, Shamar Elkins, shot and killed 7 of his own children this morning and a cousin before stealing a car and making a run across the river. It all ended with the suspect dead after gunfire in a Bossier City neighborhood. According to the New York Times, Elkins, an Army veteran, struggled recently with mental health issues and, quote, dark thoughts.
Live and on your side, this is KTBS 3 News at 10.
Good evening to you, Arklatex. Welcome to KTBS 3 News Weekend. I'm Madison Edwards. That tragedy in Shreveport's Cedar Grove neighborhood tops our news this evening, and we now know the names of the victims in this morning's deadly shooting rampage. The Caddo Parish Coroner's Office says the 8 children killed were 3 boys and 5 girls, ranging in age from 3 to 11 years old. They're identified as 3-year-old Jayla Elkins, 5-year-old Shayla Elkins, 6-year-old Kayla Pugh, 6-year-old Kadarian Snow, 7-year-old Layla Pugh, 5-year-old Braylon Snow, 10-year-old Marcaden Pugh, and 11-year-old Soraya Snow. Also new tonight, surveillance video showing the suspect, blink and you'll miss it, Shamar Elkins, running from the scene of this morning's mass shooting. Liza Deming lives 2 doors down from the deadly crime scene.
In the cameras, when I roll back, I see him running from the house after the gunshots came out. And later on, he ran out the house. He ran towards the tire shop.
And we have team coverage tonight. Daniel Brown shows us how some in the community are leaning on faith and the power of prayer tonight. KTBS 3's Riley Curry and Brenda Teal have been in Cedar Grove all day following every development, and we'll get to them in just a moment. But first, we want to start with the community grappling with this unthinkable incident. My co-anchor Daniel Brown joins us live from a prayer vigil that was held tonight in Shreveport. Daniel.
Yes, Madison, a prayer vigil held at the Trap from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now back to its more celebratory and party atmosphere, people coming in and going. But earlier today, it was very somber. People coming out offering thoughts and prayers to the family, and of course, a candlelight vigil lighting in remembrance of those 8 victims for an absolutely senseless tragedy in the city of Shreveport that's touching everybody, especially those in the Cedar Grove neighborhood, and that includes the manager, Leon Bell, and his wife, April. They came to a joint decision to make a prayer vigil at the Trap, a place known for a good time, but also a place known to bring the community together, and they say there was a pretty important inspiration behind having this prayer vigil.
Well, I was born and raised in Cedar Grove, so that was the neighborhood I grew up in. So I get it, and I just want to, it don't even have to be Cedar Grove. It can be Cooper Road, Allendale, Lakeside, all communities, all neighborhoods should feel the tragedy of today.
They felt like this was not a time to party. This was a time for healing. This was a time for prayer. And this is time to bring the community back together. Him being from Cedar Grove, I applaud his opportunity. I made some phone calls. I looped the chief of police in just to make sure that we can all come together.
Shreveport City Councilman Alan Jackson there at the end, who has Cedar Grove under his purview, also offering condolences to the family and the pastors that came out. This was very faith-based. They were saying that they want to get more into the communities, talk to these young men who may be going through these issues, and obviously talk to women that may be going through domestic violence and giving them resources to get out of a terrible, terrible situation. But definitely thoughts to the family and all those affected by this tragedy here in Shreveport, Madison. We're now reporting outside the Trap, Daniel Brown, KTBS 3 News.
Thank you, Daniel, for your report. Now let's go to Riley Curry, who is at the first crime scene where police found the bodies of 8 children. Riley.
Madison, the word is really tragedy. Tragedy has swept over not just this block where the shooting happened, but over the entire Shreveport community. The community is mourning the 8 children that were lost in this mass shooting.
We have a hurting community. We have hurting families. This is a tragic situation, maybe the worst tragic situation we've ever had in Shreveport.
Around 6 a.m. this morning, Shreveport police arrived to a home on the 300th block of West 79th Street near Linwood Ave. Inside and outside the home, 8 young children between the ages of 3 years old to 11 years old were found dead, many with gunshot wounds to the head. 2 victims who were also in the home survived the attack, an adult woman who was shot, and a 13-year-old who now has broken limbs from jumping out of a window. Some Shreveport police officers say they've never seen a crime scene so brutal.
I just don't know what to say. My heart is just taken back. I want to let the community know that all of my resources are out here processing every piece of evidence.
This is a extensive scene, unlike anything I know most of us have ever seen in our career.
The identified shooter is Shamar Elkins. 8 of the kids he murdered were his own. Across Linwood Ave on Harrison Street, Elkins also shot another adult woman in the face. She is now in critical condition and is believed to be the mother of some of the children. A man said to be her father below Mays was at the scene this morning.
I was just with my grandbabies the other day, and we was having so much fun. And I say for any grandparent out there, be happy. Be happy with your grandkids and have fun with them. I'm just praying that everything will be all right for my daughter. She's in the hospital right now. She's fighting.
After the shootings, Elkins stole a vehicle, fled to Bossier, and was later shot there by Shreveport police. Behind me is the house where the children were murdered. They were shot. A visual is being made right now. The family dropped off flowers and stuffed animals earlier. Investigators believe the first shooting happened on Harrison Street, and then Elkins made his way over to this house right here. Things are still being investigated, and we'll keep you updated as we learn more information. In Shreveport, I'm Riley Curry, KTBS 3 News.
Thank you, Riley. I know you've been covering this story since it began this morning. We appreciate everything you brought for this report. The shooting has devastated the surrounding community after many people learned early this morning of the violence and the children's tragic deaths. Throughout the day, the scene drew concerned onlookers and people wanting more information about the case. Some with personal ties to the victims couldn't hide their grief. One of those who spoke to KTBS told our Shannon Bernius this apparently stemmed from a disturbing relationship breakup and a mother wanting a divorce.
So she found that he got another baby on the way, and then boom, 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 that. Everything boiled down to that. So other than that, I don't know what went wrong with this morning, but I hope she pulled through, so she got shot 8 times. So my 5 grandkids gone.
With a total of 8 victims, ages 3 through 11 gone, neighbors are asking for more resources to help those affected process the loss. The area where this has happened has seen its share of tragedies in the past, and many are worried for how the community will forge ahead.
Pray for the victims, pray for the person even do it. We don't know what has happened, but we know it's still a God above, and we need prayer.
House Speaker Mike Johnson, whose district includes the various crime scenes, said we are holding the victims, their families and loved ones, and our Shreveport community close in our thoughts and prayers during this incredibly difficult time. The Caddo Parish School District is planning to send counselors to the schools where the children attended. Our Brenda Teal continues our coverage tonight in the Cedar Grove neighborhood and brings us reaction from the community.
Yeah, it's getting quieter now. There was Chipotle served here a little bit earlier this evening. Councilmember Alan Jackson reminding everyone tonight that there is an official vigil tomorrow at 6:30 in the evening, followed by Chipotle again at 8 p.m. But support has been coming in from all different levels, from the state, from the parish, and also from the school as well. I spoke with a neighbor earlier today. They said that they saw the children playing outside in the yard yesterday evening. Another neighbor right behind me says that their children played together.
The kids come and play at my house. They went to St. Gabriel for Easter Sunday with my kids, and they play all the time. They're good kids.
Eliza Deming lives near the corner of Linwood and 79th.
But it was nothing to... My daughter even went to the park with them.
She said she heard the gunshots Sunday morning.
It's not like it was like a artillery weapon or with a, you know how they young guys eyes were speaking. It wasn't that.
And she saw the covered body of one of the children.
That baby. That baby laying there on the roof of that home. He was trying to get away.
Shreveport City Councilwoman Tabitha Taylor and State Senator Sam Jenkins calling for an end to domestic violence.
1 in 9 women are domestically abused every 9 seconds in this country. Every 9 seconds. When does it come a damn priority?
I just really hope that a part of the package that we began to put together when we started talking about justice, and especially criminal justice, that we began to look at domestic violence as a part of that package.
Monday, the Caddo School District plans to have counselors at Summer Grove Elementary and Linwood Charter School to help support the children's classmates.
I can only imagine what these police officers and firefighters went in and saw with this, such a horrific, painful thing to see. And many of them had to go home to their own children. Can you imagine? I bet there are going to be several children that are going to be held very, very tight tonight.
Lots of questions tonight about what happened, how it happened, but more importantly, how can we make sure this doesn't happen again? How can we make sure that the lives of these sweet 8 children is not in vain? Reporting live in Cedar Grove, Brenda Teal, back to you, Madison.
Thank you, Brenda. Again, another person who has been working all day to bring us the latest updates. We appreciate your coverage. Well, several Shreveport City Council members released statements following this devastating day. You can see all of those on our website, and we'll hear from them during a press conference tomorrow at 11 a.m. We'll have live coverage on KTBS 3 News midday and on KTBS Plus. We'll be streaming it live on KTBS Plus. Coming up in tonight's Hometown Patriot, how one man and a dog